Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala Ahl Bayt at-Tayyibin at-Tahirin. I begin in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, and I ask Allah to send His salutations upon the Prophet and his holy household. One man I'd like to introduce to you today goes by the name of Ahmad bin Abdul Halim Hanbali, also known as Ibn Taymiyya. This man died many years ago, many years ago, hundreds of years ago, in the year 728 after Hijri. But if he was alive today, I would ask him a few questions. Namely because he is one of the factors that contribute to the hatred of the Sunnis and towards the Shias. The fact that Sunnis, wherever you go and you are a Shia, they call you an innovator, they call you an idolater, they call you everything under the sun, a Rafizi, someone who makes up his own religion, or a deviant person, someone who deviates from the path of Islam. All these slanders, all these names, this hatred towards the Shia is caused by this man. He's one of the factors. Inshallah, in the future I will give more speeches about the other people who are some of the factors also. Now, what has this man said about Shias? What has he written in these books that the Sunni ulama nowadays hold as revelation? What has this man reported from the Shias that now the Sunni are brainwashed to think that the Shias are idolaters? Not all the Sunni, but the majority of the Sunnis who do not read their own books or do not research what these people, what their ulama have said. So this is the problem we face, that once you're told something by someone who is regarded to be a learned man, you do not then go and research it. This is a problem, this is a disease that we have, that no matter who told you anything, even if it sounds right, that you should go and research it, just so that you know surely that you have something that is knowledge, that isn't just a lie. Now, the Sunni have these books called Sahih Sitta, and these books are 6 in number. If you want the English translation, it would be called the 6 correct books, something along the lines of that. In other words, that these 6 books are virtually revelation, as in next to the Quran come these 6 books, and these 6 books hold all the hadith and all the narrations and everything from tradition that you can want to be a Muslim. So the Sunnis say. Now, this man Ibn Taymiyya has gone on to say that the reason why the Shia were left out, as in the hadiths narrated by Shias or Shia men of learning, were left out from these books, was for the fact that there is no larger group of liars than the Shia sect. And this is quoted from him. This isn't something that I'm making up. This is in his book. He says there is no larger group of liars than the Shia sect. Now, he's gone on to say why we are liars, why we are infidels, why we do not follow Islam, and I'll give you some of them now, and I'll also give you evidences proving that these are just nothing but lies. Whether he even went to read Shia books or even picked up a Shia book in his life, I don't know. If he was alive today, that's something I would ask him. Whether these were just things that he was paid to say, or whether he thought it was funny to cause this disease that we have in Islam nowadays, where the Sunnis hate the Shias and the Shias are seen as infidels and non-believers or kafirs. Now, he says that Shias believe in 4 fundamentals. I'll name these 4 fundamentals and then I'll tell you what it actually is. He says we believe in Tawheed, Adalat, Nubuwwat and Imamat. Now in English these are the oneness of God, God being one, the justice of God, that God is all just, the prophethood, that Allah had sent prophets to convey His message, and the imamat, which is the leadership, that these prophets were also backed up by successors, and these successors strengthened, if not looked after, the message that the prophets had brought. Now, pick up any Shia book. I myself am a teacher at madrasa, at school, Sunday school, and in our book we have it named as 5 things, not 4. In some books you have it named as 3 things. So, Ms. Taymiyya, either 3 or 5, but not 4. Now, we believe in all the 4 things that I said before: Tawheed, Adalat, Nabuwat, Imamat, but we also believe in Qiyamat, which is the Judgment Day. We have to believe in Judgment Day. It's a thing that takes us to the hereafter. Without Judgment Day, there will be no hereafter. Now, why I say 3, sometimes 5, is that there I just named 5 things. But sometimes you have it grouped, that if you have one Lord, it's impossible that He is not just. So they link the Tawheed and Adalat together. This becomes one thing. They also link prophethood and imamat, that you can't have a prophet without a successor to the prophet, that you need the successors to the prophet, that all the important prophets had successors. So again they link these 2 things. So it becomes 2 things and 1 thing, which becomes 3 things. Simple. So either he didn't know his math, or he didn't pick up a Shia book to consult it and see what we actually believe in. The second thing he has said is that the Shia people, we do not consider Hajj obligatory, but we consider the visiting of the tombs of our Imams obligatory. That if you do not go to Hajj, then it's okay. But if you purposefully do not go to ziyarat of the Imams, to their shrines, then you are an infidel. This is basically what he said. Now, I don't know whether you turn on the TV and you see that Hajj has just passed, whether there were Shias there or not. Obviously there were, so he's mistaken here. But forget this, say even if there weren't Shia there this time round or last time round or whatever time round, pick up a Shia book that has prayers and du'as in it. A supplication book. Pick up any supplication book written by a Shia. Look up Mafatih al-Jinan, and you'll see that there is a section dedicated to Hajj. Any supplication book, there is sections dedicated to Hajj, and in this section, without a doubt, it is written that Hajj is obligatory upon you as a Muslim. If you have the means, in other words, if you have the money and the capability to travel to Hajj in your lifetime, and you do not travel to Hajj, that you put it off thinking, I'll go next year, or it's not important, that the Imams have said that you die a death of an infidel, that you die a death of someone who's ignorant, that someone who hasn't gone after their faith. Hajj is obligatory, but find me anywhere that says it is obligatory to go and visit the shrines of our Imams. Find me a supplication book written by a Shia that says you have to go to these places. You won't find it. So Ibn Taymiyya, again, you are faulted. Now, slightly moving on to a funny side of his slanders is the fact that he says the Shia people believe or encourage the ownership of dogs within the household, and that they call these dogs Abu Bakr and Omar. Now, I don't know, Ibn Taymiyya, what Sunni Islam says about dogs and the cleanliness of dogs, but Shia Islam strictly forbids the ownership of dogs unless it is for reasons, for instance, you're a shepherd and you have your dog outside to help you gather your sheep, then it's okay. Or you have a dog outside for guarding reasons, then sometimes it's regarded okay, depending on who you are and why you have it. But if you look at any Shia book and you open it, you will see that dogs are ritually impure. That there are hadith from the Imam saying that if your house holds a dog, that no angels or